I thought I'd go about it, you know.
No, we're right in the middle of meetings right now. We're still evaluating all the film and everything from the spring right now. So in the middle of meetings, in the middle of evaluation right now, and the guys did a good job competing. But that's what we're in the middle of right now.
Is this a thing that's, I don't know, for a coach like you, keeping you up at night? I mean, explain to us what you're kind of going through as you sort it out, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, the whole focus was getting the guys better, and I thought everybody got better this spring, which was great, and that's the whole focus. You know, we got a great room, and that's something to be proud of. I think that you know, after when JT left, you know, there's a big gap there, and so you know, everybody had to step up their game, and everybody got better this spring, and so that was really good. And you know, some of the older receivers didn't play long in the spring game, so we weren't able to kind of put the whole product out there. But I thought the guys competed and worked their way through it throughout the spring.
If there was a leader, would you tell us? If there was a leader at the quarterback position, would you tell us?
Yeah, I mean, again, we're all evaluating right now. We said we weren't going to focus on anything other than getting better, and then at the end we were going to take all the film, all the grades, everything, compile it all, and then go from there.
What's it like being you right now? Just being in the middle of this. I think a lot of people, whether it's right or wrong, look back at the 2015 quarterback battle and don't like the way it played out. Is there pressure? Is it tough? I mean, what's it just like being in your head right now, having to make this big decision?
I mean, the good news is we have good players. We have good room, good quarterbacks. Guys are getting better. So, you know, there's some places that don't have quarterbacks in a room that can play at the level that our guys can. So that's a positive. So it's all about how you think. It's all about your self-talk and how you approach it. I'm really positive about it because I think we have a good room.
Do you feel like you have to make a decision this week or in short order so that you guys can kind of move forward with a starting quarterback in mind?
I mean, I think once we evaluate everything and come up with you know, the grades and what we thought of the film, then we'll go from there. And you know, every year is different. You know, every situation's different. So once we get through all that, we'll kind of go from there.
With Joe being able to graduate and transfer, does that push up the timetable a little bit? As far as I know, you still have a while. He doesn't graduate until like the end of May, but does that affect the timetable at all, Ryan?
Joe said, and he wants to be a Buckeye, yeah. and he is a Buckeye, and he's shown loyalty here. So, so that isn't really changing anything. But we are going to, again, like we said, in the middle of these meetings, go through it all and kind of figure out where everybody is in their evaluation from this spring. So we don't play a game until September, so there is a lot to be written that way with preseason and everything like that. But once we get through it, we'll have a better idea.
And theoretically,
it's close to call, Coach. You think?
I don't know
yet.
Once
you get to the end of the road.
Still going through all that now.
Hey Ryan, obviously you guys took film and stats and all the things that you saw on the field in this quarterback race. Do you guys as a staff ever weigh other things like off the field in terms of what that could do to your roster if Joe leaves? Do you put anything else into account?
Well, I think with a quarterback, a lot of it is leadership and some of the effect that they can have on the team, because it isn't just taking a ball and throwing it. There's a lot that comes with it. And so we talk about all the time about competitiveness, leadership, toughness, football IQ, decision making. So all of those things go into it. All of those things go into the culture of your offense, the culture of your team. He's the quarterback, he's the leader. And so we take that into consideration as well. Not just taking three in a hitch and throwing a speed out or being able to pull the ball and run it. It's the whole package. And so all of those things come into play when we evaluate the quarterback. And there's a lot of traits and characteristics that go with that. So
not just when it comes to the leadership and intangibles and stuff, but there's a chance, depending on who you decide, is going to have an impact on your personnel, because people could leave. And I don't know if you guys have to weigh your roster and the things that are going to happen as a ripple effect potentially as a result of this decision as much as maybe who plays the best. You see what I'm saying?
Sure. I think, again, as the quarterback, you know, you trust the fact that guys, you know, chose Ohio State for a reason, that they want to be a part of this, and that the brotherhood and being 9 strong and being there for your teammate is a part of it. And that's one of the things that we talk about all the time is how strong is your unit, how strong is the offense, and the brotherhood of trust is important for us. And that's why we preach it all the time, because in the end, it's not about yourself, it's more about the team.
Ryan, how do you keep yourself from, if you don't have a decision in mind or a pecking order, and I know it's close, but how do you do that day to day in the spring? Like, you're human, you see what's happening. How did you avoid that, or did you? Were you?
Yeah,
able
yeah.
to?
It's kind of what we were saying earlier is that when you take a picture of it from a distance, I guess you could get caught up in that. But when you're just focused on day-to-days, getting everybody better, we really focused hard on trying to make sure the reps were split up so that everybody had a fair shot at this thing. And that as long as everybody got better on a day-to-day basis, then you put a plus next to that practice in that day.
Yeah.
And that was our approach going in. And then, like we said, at the end of the spring, we'll go through, we'll take a look at the film, we'll take a look at the grades, and then pick our heads up.
But these guys are competitors, right? And we hear about the win-loss records. I mean, aren't they sitting there trying to figure out where they are every day?
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's competing, and that's a good thing for the position. Because when you don't have a competition, sometimes you don't get better. But when you have competition like we do, that's the positive of this thing. A lot of people say it's negative. It's not negative. These are guys who are trying to get better every day, and they have to bring it every day. Because if they have one bad day, somebody kind of jumps ahead. And,
right.
So that's the best thing about this is that we got a good room. We have some good players who are competing their tails off.
Have you seen rooms with this much talent in them at this level, or heard of?
Hard for me to, I guess, compare some of the rooms I've had, NFL, college, and things like that. But this is a really talented group.
And Ryan, you've heard the cliche that you can't win a championship over the summer, but you can lose it. Is the same thing kind of true for a position battle? In other words, can anyone win the quarterback battle over the summer, or is it just a situation where someone could do a knucklehead thing and lose it?
It's a good question. I would say what you have to do is you have to do it on the field. You're not going to earn a spot when you're not on the field. However, there's a lot of work that can be done in the offseason, leadership-wise. Obviously, you can be some detrimental things that happen to you along the way that lead you to that. Because when you get on the field, you take the snap and you deliver the ball. It's more than just that one play that led into that. It's all the stuff that leads up to it, the training, the timing, the work you've done in the offseason, throwing with the receivers, the leadership things that go on. And so, to your point, I mean, you can get yourself to a position where you can be successful, or you can really screw yourself up if you don't work hard or if you get jammed up.
Ryan, it sounds like there's at least a possibility that this competition could go into preseason camp. I know you're still evaluating everything. A lot of things are on the table. It sounds like that's at least a possibility that this competition could go into preseason camp.
Regardless of how the evaluations come out, the guys are going to have to go in the preseason and compete anyways. I mean, there's months work of practice coming up here, and so regardless of how that plays out and who's ahead of who, they're going to have to go into the preseason and compete anyways, because if you go into the preseason and you don't do well, then obviously you're going to get affected by that as well. So it's a process, and we'll probably have a better idea here pretty soon.
Could you see a scenario with both guys? I'm talking about. I'm assuming that Dwayne and Joe, not necessarily in that order, are your top two. Maybe I'm wrong. Are you looking at all three?
Yeah.
At this point, I know you're evaluating all three.
We're looking at all scenarios.
Yeah.
Everything under the sun we're looking at right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Urban Meyer told us the other day he could see a scenario too, though, where Tate could see some time, no matter. I mean, just from a package standpoint, things like that. I mean,
guys have different skill sets, so we're looking at everything. Yep.
Yeah.
How do you evaluate the way that Tate threw the ball? Was it just receivers not being in there that are more capable, or not having the opportunity? I mean, it kind of seemed like he had a hard time. I don't know.
A lot goes into every play, when you look at it, and so you have to look at it objectively. And if there's an incomplete pass, either the receiver was covered, it was a poor throw, or it was a drop, usually. But one of those three things. And so we've actually gone through all the incompletions and charted all those things to get an idea of that, because sometimes, especially in spring when the older guys maybe aren't practicing as much, there's some younger guys in there running routes, and so that can be a little frustrating, or maybe some of the protection may break down. So we try to consider all that stuff into it. But Tate did improve as a passer from last fall to the first practice of spring to the end of spring. He did show a lot of improvement in some of his technique and getting his front foot down and throwing the ball. So that was good.
Where did Joe get better? Where did Joe get better from the beginning of spring to the end?
Second half of the spring, did a nice job throwing the ball, making decisions. Did a nice job on the deep ball and leadership as well.
And then Dwayne, what did you see improve in him over 15 practices?
Again, the more reps, the better for everybody. And command of the offense, getting the ball out on time. Accuracy in the passing game.
With Tate's running ability, do you work on any different packages with him that maybe you would with Dwayne and Joe?
So in the spring, we were just running our offense and going through it, and so everybody was kind of running the same things.
Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you.